5 types of sneakerheads in 2020. Of course, we're gonna use memes. Sometimes it's the only way to get things across. It's your boy Keezy. It ain't easy being Keezy. Let's get it. I mean, honestly, do I even need to say this? But I'm gonna say it anyway though. There's obviously way more than 5 types of sneakerheads, but this is all that we can digest in this one video. Maybe we could do a sequel in the future. But coming in hot at number 1 is going to be the OG sneakerhead. Yes, the one that has been around for a long time. The one that has been around since the Nike Talk days. I've already explained this in a starter kit video, but just very quickly, this person is a true collector. I mean, a collector. Either they're someone that is a collector and quit, right? And they still, from time to time, they might buy some sneakers here and there, whatever, what have you. And or they are a mad collector. I'm talking about this person buys just a shit ton of sneakers. And it's not just like the hype shit. Yeah, they might dabble in the hype shit every once in a while, but they always kind of reminisce on the good days of the Nike Talk days when people literally would sell each other the shoe that they bought it for, even if they waited in line, because there was really no resale market at the time. Not necessarily. And they're kind of fed up with, you know, taking an L on the sneakers app, but they still try in today's times. But still, these people that collect, that are OGs, Jesus, boy, they got sneaker on sneaker on sneaker, maybe even has a double up of the grails that you have always wanted. Every grail that you can imagine, this OG person, they got it. They got them all. Every city has at least one of these guys, and more oftentimes than not, maybe because I'm from the Bay, they're Asian. It's always some scrawny Chinese, Vietnamese, or Filipino kid that always has every shoe that you want. And you're like, how do you even have, what do you do for a living, man? Right? But when it comes to clothing, right, if we were to just describe their fit, I've explained this in a prior video. All of the money is spent on the sneakers. Every single dollar is spent on the sneakers, and maybe like a small 2% is spent on some like graphic t-shirts that they buy from time to time. Other than that, if you talk to them anything slightly fashion or street fashion related, they're probably like, that conversation is talking to a wall. They're like, what are you talking about? If it's not about shoes, if it's not about the sneakers, they're lost. So for this next one, I've already talked about this in a prior video, but I'm just gonna quickly bring it up again, and that's going to be the Uber Hypebeast. I'm talking about the Hypebeast that is the literal definition, the exaggerated definition of what you think about when you think of a Hypebeast, all right? And they probably own up to it too. I think a good example of an embodiment of who this person could be is this guy, right? Shout out to this guy, by the way. I forgot his name. I'm gonna put his ad here for you somewhere. But this is a perfect example, because I explained the Hypebeast, the Logo Mania Hypebeast, in a prior starter kit video, and I had comments that were like, the Logo Mania Hypebeast doesn't exist anymore. And I'm like, are you sure? Because like, I mean, from what I can see here, it's still around. And just to say this, I think that these people, Logo Mania Hypebeast, Uber Hypebeast, whatever you want to call them, they actually get a lot of shit, and they get a lot of hate. A lot of people hate on these people. At the end of the day though, you like what you like. You just like what you like, man. And also, whatever you think about these people and whatever they purchase, it's not your money, that's one. And number two, no matter how much you hate it or love it or whatever you feel about it, these people are still gonna be around. You know what I mean? Like, this type of consumption of extremely hyped products is exactly what Hypebeast brands target to. Yeah, some of them might start in street. Yeah, some of them might start in skateboarding or whatever as a streetwear brand. But ultimately, if it's a hyped brand, they are making products for people that consume just like this. And also, I was just thinking about this the other day. There was a time period where if you called someone a Hypebeast, it's an offensive thing. It was. That might have been 4 or 5 years ago, maybe even longer than that. But in today's times, 2020, you know, in the past 3 years, you call someone a Hypebeast, they own up to it. I mean, there's many people that have shown examples of this. And it's not an offense, it's not a derogatory word to call someone a Hypebeast anymore, especially in examples like these. I mean, half the people calling this person a Hypebeast is probably a Hypebeast too. Like, everybody is a Hypebeast to a certain degree, and this right here, it is to a level that I can't even fathom. I don't have a chance to talk about this next one a lot on my channel. And this is gonna be the Reseller. But the Reseller from back in the day till now, 2020, has changed so much, okay? If you still think people purely resell off of raffles and all this other kind of, boy, you are sadly mistaken, and you got another thing coming for you, because in 2020, shit is different. People stay up late night on computers with like 7 computers, you know, 14 screens, trying to win sneakers with like 18 bots. That's who I'm talking about. And more oftentimes, you can find these people with Instagrams, and they're actually influencers, and or they have a YouTube channel. Like, yeah, that is the embodiment of a 2020 sneaker reseller, okay? And also, when you see these people, you know what's funny? I'm led to believe that these people actually don't like sneakers as genuine as the OG. I don't think that they do. I really don't, because everything for these types of resellers in 2020 that use all these crazy bots and all this shit, and they actually win the shit, like, I really think since it's all about the dollar, that they actually wouldn't care about the sneaker if it didn't make them money, right? If the resale market for sneakers didn't reach over $1 billion in the past 3-4 years, and wasn't as big as it is now, and as commercial as it is now, and also as profitable, I guess, in their case, if it wasn't those things, I don't think they'd be wearing sneakers. I think from time to time they might buy a Jordan here and there or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think they're gonna be buying sneakers the way that they're buying sneakers. It is purely for the profit. And you know who these people are, okay? When you hit the Instagrams, you hit the YouTubes, you hit all these platforms, and they all do this same, like, they pose in front of like a huge box, all these boxes in the back, where you're just like, how? Okay, so we just talked about the reseller, and in conjunction to the reseller is the receiver, and or the average consumer. And yes, I'm titling it that. This is the average sneaker consumer. They probably haven't bought enough sneakers to kind of speak what their character is yet, but they're experimenting at the moment. And also, what I can tell you is that this average consumer has absolutely no idea what the hell these 2020 resellers are. All they know is that sneakers are expensive as shit. And they're not wrong, because sneakers, they are really freaking expensive, right? For no reason. God, they're like $1,300 for a pair of Jordan 4 Off-Whites. Is like, I'm not paying that, right? And I got the same attitude towards these people that are average consumers. So when they see these bot stuff, in fact, they might not even see it. They're just confused. They're like, why is this so expensive? I like it. I genuinely like it, and I'm not able to win anything on the Nike sneakers app because their life is full of taking every single L that you can imagine. L's on L's, doesn't understand the resale market, doesn't understand why sneakers are very expensive, and they just started out. And that's why I made this meme here. I tried to make it as basic, as simple, as newbie, as average consumer sneakerhead as possible. All right, let's move on to the last one. This last one I've been kind of wanting to talk about, and I don't know how to categorize or title it that well, but I'm calling this one the influencer sneakerhead. All right, now this can fall within guy or girl, it doesn't matter. But to explain this better, I made these memes right here for you to kind of explain the evolution of the influencer sneakerhead. And this kind of starts from 2015 all the way until 2020. So the first fit that we got up is this one right here, and it's going to be an elongated scallop t-shirt with blown out knee denim and Yeezy 350s, right? You all remember that. In fact, a lot of us probably started here. Now, as they moved on, they started to realize, like, oh cool, I get clicks and likes for this on Instagram, so they start posting all these fit pics. And then of course they move on to what's hot next. And what is hot next? All the off-white hoodies with all the stripes on the side, that's what's hot, so they put that on too. Blown out knee denim, probably fog denim if I were to guess, and then also some off-white sneaker from the 10, because again, clicks and likes, okay? Think influencer. Then right after that, they put on all the V-Lone, because V-Lone or Vlone, however you want to say it, also got extremely popular during the time. Then they put the Amiri denim on because It's kind of like that influencer outfit, right? It's like they're kind of evolving through the times of trends and styles here. So as we keep putting our head in the mindset of an influencer or streetwear fashion influencer on Instagram, how can we not bring up minimal, right? The brand minimal, when they seed out their product for all of these super trendy things that are happening, and they replicate it and they give it to these people, which now creates this consumer of a sneaker influencer that keeps up with the times, and every single time that they post, it gets those clicks and it gets those likes, so they put it on. And I made a couple memes here, and this is kind of what they end up putting on, right? Those bungee cord type pants, now you got the puffy jacket on, now you're wearing skeleton pants, now you got the Yeezy 700s on because it's hot at the moment. If we were to fast forward to 2020, but it's not even that fast, it's like last year, 2 years ago, till 2020, now they got the flare denim on, now they got the dunks on, now they got the Nirvana vintage tee on because vintage is hot right now. Now they're wearing a tote bag. You get where I'm going with this, right? So this is like the small evolution of the influencer sneakerhead in 2020. And my only question genuinely is no different than like the Uber Hypebeast. I'm just curious if these people actually like this stuff, or are they doing this to find their own style? And I hope that's what it is. That's like my initial thought. Like I'm actually all for it. Like, keep going and keep wearing these trends, because eventually you're gonna find what you like to wear. I know it sounds like I'm dissing these people, but at the end of the day, I'd be lying to you again if I didn't tell you I bought into certain trends too. But sometimes you use the trends in order to get you where you need to go on what you like to wear, right? And it sounds kind of complicated, but that's exactly what it is. But since this video is more about like 5 types of sneaker heads, I've said this multiple times in a lot of videos, and I'm gonna keep repeating it, but you know, the sneaker game is not as fun as it used to be, right? It's just because of the prices. To collect sneakers that are $1,500, $1,600, $1,200, $900, y'all can have it. I'm getting disinterested as a consumer myself, right? I guess if the 6th type of sneakerhead is me, I'm a growing disinterested sneakerhead at this point. It's like, it's not as fun. Anyways, I'm gonna end this video. I hope this was enjoyable. Leave down below a type of sneakerhead that you felt that should have been in this, and maybe we'll do that sequel to this in some other time. So thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys and girls keep it locked from clothing, music to culture. It is your boy Keezy. See you next time. Peace.
You want to do, and it's just gonna take a minute, but it's gonna work out. Like if you try to cut corners and you put costumes on to do shit, yeah, you gonna get straight, but at what cost? You know what I'm saying? And how you feel when you do this shit for you, 100% for you. You could grind and stay up for 5 or 6 days and not really be tired because it's for you.